I think I like it so much better now. I have to confess, I have a little problem. Oh wow, this one is so cool. It's going to be a fun day in the studio, so come join me now. Hello everyone! Today we have a super fun video of creating art using our own photos or images. Applying photo transfers and using images in a creative way when creating art is a great idea for anybody who wants to do something more interesting with their own photos, or they want to somehow include images in their artwork. Either way, it's going to be a fun day in the studio. And today we're going to see an unexpected way of using something we already have. So if this sounds interesting to you, come join me now in my studio and let's see how it works. And before we begin, I just wanted to share with you that the other day I got this journal from Beachmore Books. And soon I will explain, and it will make sense why I'm even mentioning buying this journal. I have to admit, I have a little problem, and around here we call it the journal disease. What is the journal disease? It's a condition where I can't resist beautiful journals, and every time I find one, I have to get it. I always had this issue, even when I was a kid. I had the same problem. I always loved journals so much. I used to fill up diaries, or I wrote poems and stories in notebooks. And so I would spend all my pocket money on notebooks and beautiful journals. So yes, it's a lifelong issue I have. But at least I do use my sketchbooks or journals daily. So at least I buy something that is useful to me. And my obsession doesn't just collect dust. So the other day I was looking for a sketchbook or a journal at a certain size. And when I saw Beachmore sketchbooks, I saw they have the exact size I wanted. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Beachmore Books. I do really love this journal. And I will explain why I'm telling you about this journal in a minute. I hope you like announcements, because I have one for you. The big announcement today is that I decided to write yet another book. But this one, I think it's going to be a little different. It will be a book about creating art with photos, but there'll be more emphasis on the art. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the book like my previous books, more instructional and step-by-step type of book. So I created a poll here on YouTube. And you guys did let me know that you prefer the step-by-step instructional type of book. And in the second place, you selected an approach and inspiration type of book. So I think I'll somehow combine the two. So it will be an instructional and inspiration kind of book. Somehow, I don't know, I'm gonna do it. I will need to figure it out. So I'm still working on it. So as always, if you have any ideas or suggestions for me, please let me know. Not sure how long it will take me to create this book, but I can tell you that you will be the first to know when I'm done, when the book is ready. There's a lot that goes into writing a book, but I'm having so much fun and enjoying every minute of it. I even bought this cute retro-looking digital camera specifically to take good quality pictures for the book. Anyway, the reason I was talking about the new journal before is that I needed a journal to basically accompany the writing of the book. So I'm going to use this journal for ideas, for layout design and topics I'm going to include in the book. And I'm also going to write thoughts and concepts I have while writing the book, and basically use the journal to follow the progress of the book. Anyway, this is a really nice sketchbook, and if you want to get one as well, you can use this code to get a 15% discount. I will post the link below this video. Okay, so now let's go back to our topic today. It's about time we do that. I got all distracted. As we often do, we're going to start with the background for our piece. We always need a good background. That's what I always say. Do you remember how we used under paper for our artwork in a previous video? So this is something like this. We're going to use something we already have. And we're going to use something I like to call wipe-off paper. And these are a few examples. So when I use my brayer, I usually use it along with my gel plate. And any extra paint I have on my brayer, I tend to wipe off on some paper. And instead of using a throwaway paper of some sort, I wipe off my paint on a nice paper like a mixed media paper. So over time I create these beautiful painted papers which I like to use as backgrounds for my image transfers or as the beginning of some mixed media artwork. And as you can see, today we actually created two papers, the wipe-off paper and another nice background monoprint. I think I will actually use them both today. And if you like this process, you're going to love my book, the new mixed media photography book. It's available on Amazon, so make sure you check it out soon. And if you prefer the digital PDF version, check out the ebook. It's available on my new website, nitsacreativestudio.com. Thank you. Obviously, if you don't have wipe-off papers on hand, you can create these papers purposely and then use any paint color you want for your background. Here I'm using wax paper to spread the paints. Obviously a gel plate will be best, but if you don't have one, you can use any other smooth surface like glass, plastic, palette, or parchment paper. I'm not sure what it is about the marks created when wiping the paint off the brayer, but they sure make for great backgrounds for our photo transfers. And now we arrived to the best part, transferring our photo onto the beautiful wipe-off background. However, before we go on, I wanted to catch up with the previous video where we painted our transferred photo with acrylic inks. I hope you watched it. If you don't remember, maybe you didn't watch it. So make sure you go after this video and watch it. Remember this one? It's a photo transfer over collage which I painted with acrylic inks, trying to keep the piece transparent. Turned out very vivid, but not very transparent. Some of you suggested I try painting with watercolors to keep the transparency, but I always feel that watercolors are not vibrant enough for my process. So a couple of you suggested that I try using Derwent Inktense watercolors. And I hope I'm saying it right. Not sure I'm saying it correctly. Maybe I'm not saying it correctly, but I ordered these watercolors and decided to give them a try. The goal is to have vivid colors while the background stays somewhat transparent. This is the painting from our last video. It's very colorful, but the collage background is almost gone. So I made a similar photo transfer over a collage and went on to paint with the Inktense watercolors. Let's see what happens. So yeah, it's okay, but am I crazy about it? No. It totally feels to me like it's unfinished. But then I had an idea how to save the day, or at least save this artwork. I decided to paint it with watercolor crayons and pencils. I think I like it much better now, and I hope you do too. But in any case, this was a fun thing to try, like an experiment, and I'm glad I gave it another try and learned something along the way. What did I learn again? Okay, so now let's go back to our wipe-off background paper. I didn't forget about it. I almost did. Got distracted with watercolors. We were just about to transfer our photo onto the wipe-off background paper. I think that's where we were. So now let's choose the photo we are going to transfer. And today I'm going to select a picture I took of a street corner and this cute cafe in Paris. So now let's transfer our Parisian street scene to the wipe-off paper we've made before. This is actually my favorite part. I find it very relaxing. For the transfer I'm using matte medium, but you can use any acrylic gel medium or glue. I'm always tempted to paint it, but no, I'm going to leave it alone. It's fine just the way it is. I guess I have the painting bug. What do you think? To paint or not to paint? I love to hear from you guys. And just for fun, I also made a photo transfer onto the monoprint paper we made today. And for this one, I used the photo I took at Union Station in Los Angeles. And tomorrow, when my transfer are completely dry, I'm going to coat them with matte varnish. So this is what the second transfer looks like. I totally made a hole here at the top. And I think it happened because for this one, I used a paper that was too thin, not a mixed media paper. As always, I had so much fun making this video that I use, that I try, that I feel they're not, as we often do, we're going to start with the background. I painted, I hope you hear the ambulance, I don't seem crazy, and save the world, at least save the day. No, we don't remember. I'm enjoying every minute of it, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, but that's what I'm going to do. I hope I can do it. Instructionals and step-by-step kind of book. You come join me now in my studio and let's something. Derwent Intense. Oh, it's a tough one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.